Okay, welcome, welcome. We're going to do it old school, and I'm going to use the phone. I'm not going to use the Stream Deck, and hopefully you can hear me now. So I'm going to wait just a second and see if we have some comments coming in. Hi, Joan. Can you hear me? Can you actually hear me? Saskia, hi. Hi, welcome everybody. Yes, this is, oh, you can hear me. Yay. Don't know. Nothing was different. So sorry about my big face. So we just disconnected from the computer and the, hey, listen, thank you, Manna, Patricia. Yes, hi, Annette Green here. We have sound. We're doing it old school. I'm going to have to flip the camera around and all that stuff. Stream Deck, everything was hooked up. I saw microphone action. I don't know. You never know anymore. So if you saw my note last time, sorry, one more try. So we're here and we have sound. So that's good. Yay. Thank you so much. Okay, so what I have to do, because I need to see your comments. So follow me over here. You can look at the back of my room over there. I got to turn on the computer and get myself watching the comments over here because my phone's going to be flipped and my iPad does not work with Facebook Live anymore. I don't know why. So we're going to get you guys on Facebook. There we go. Okay, and no sound. Turn that sound off. We're good. And make this bigger. Lovely, the big giant head. Isn't that lovely? Ooh, okay. Are we okay? My computer screen is flashing back and forth like crazy. So hopefully we're okay. You guys let me know. Okay. Hello, Ellen. Hi. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for your patience. Yes, Annette Green here. We're going to do some jelly printing today. I have a whole bunch of things I want to do. Yes, don't forget to like, comment, and share, and be entered into the chance for the $50 gift certificate from Elizabeth Craft Designs. And so that is always a drawing on a Monday, right? So we're all okay. Thank you, Jane. Hi, Carla. She's back. Thank you. Thank you for coming back, you all. Because, you know, it's crazy. So what we're going to do is we are going to do some jelly printing and make just a ton of backgrounds. And you see my pretty mobile back there? Oh, yeah, look at it. There it is. It looks teeny tiny, but it's really kind of pretty. Hey, Lisa. Yeah, yay, sound. Yeah, there's my mobile, and if you don't have any idea what we were talking about is I did a YouTube video on making that mobile, and it's all with a lot of my new release, like, well, and the bee from last year. Hello, hello. Yeah, the bee, the butterflies, some flowers, all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of fun to make, and I did a YouTube video on it. Hi, Wendy. Welcome. Yolanda. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, I try not to get flustered, you know, because Facebook just does what it feels like, and you cannot get upset about it. You just can't. Diane, yes, I hope you check it out. Thank you. Thanks, Angelica. Hi. Oh, Angelica, I was thinking of you. Worst nightmare, Facebook Live problems. All is well. Hey, Kathy from Texas. Okay. Lots of people coming on in. Yeah, thank you. I love the mobile too. I'm super happy with it. It did take a while to make it, but it's super pretty. And I love coming in here and taking a look at it. Everyone can hear me now. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. George, somebody just asked me, is my new release out yet? My spring release has been out for a little while now, yes. I'm already working on the next one, so that'll be September, maybe? You're stressing for me. Thank you, Angelica. I felt you. Okay, so I don't see anything comments-wise over here on my computer, so I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just going to keep on going. I'll turn the camera around, and I'm sorry, you know how it is. It's like you got to look at my ceiling for a second or look at the wall. So hang in there. So there's my shelf and random stuff. And here's my little setup. I got all kinds of stuff out here. All right, now let me come over here and see if I can get some comments. There we are. Okay, we are back in business. Thank you, Anya. That's so kind. You really like my dies. That's so nice. That's right. I was hoping for something new. Always am. Love your work. Thank you, George Rhonda Toll. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to get started here. Lots to talk about, lots to do, and it's going to be like tons of playtime. So you're going to just watch me make backgrounds and over and over of different kinds and ways. But first, I thought I'd let you know that what I like to do is I like to use this smooth Bristol. I get this from my local, Hobby Lobby arts and crafts store. What's nice about Bristol, and this is what I use to make like these kind of stencils, okay? And all these little pieces that you're going to see me use and put on the jelly plate. What's nice about it is it's like poster board, but it doesn't have like a coated glossy side like poster board does. So it's very smooth and pure white, but thick enough that it holds up, and it can be a stencil for a long time. Or I can, like you can see, I've used these a bunch, these circles, flowers, all kinds of die cuts I've used over and over. So it's not like exactly like a stencil in that you could wash it and keep using it, but I can use these over and over like a ton of times. I still have a pile back there I've used like a month ago. I keep using it. Let's see. Just the front of the paper. What are y'all talking about already? Somebody said, oh, it was just the front of the paper. I missed it. Okay. So anyway, I use that and I cut down so that it's manageable to go through the die cutting machine. I cut it down to, I think this is like 5.5 by 8.5, which is 4 pieces from one sheet of Bristol that I buy, the size that I buy. The great graphics, Annette. Oh, on the front of the Bristol pad? Okay, yeah, no. Anyway, I cut this down this size so that it's easy for me to run through the die cutting machine, and then it leaves a little bit of extra. And then I'm going to work on a jelly plate that's 5 by 7. So it's more than big enough, which is what you really want. You don't want your stencil or your masks to be smaller. So just a little bit bigger is nice. So that's what the Bristol's for. And then I've got a whole stack of 5 by 7 papers, just white paper cut out here, ready to go. And you could burn through a stack like this in no time at all if you know anything about gel printing, because it's like, how do you stop? You get an idea, you try something else, and it turns out cool, and you're like, ooh, let me try something else. So that paper is like a 65-pound cardstock, which I get at my Hobby Lobby. So 100 sheets of this for almost like just under $10, and you can get 2 out of each sheet. So that's like 200 prints for $10. And it's nice because it's only 65-pound, and you don't want it to be super duper heavy and thick. Yeah, hi Debbie. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is my 3rd try, so we had a little trouble getting started with the sound. And there's Belinda. Yeah, you have to have lots and lots of paper ready. Absolutely. So anyway, that's the same size as the plate. For me, that's what I like to do. It doesn't have to be the same size as the plate. It's a personal preference. Okay, and so of course you need your jelly plate or gel plate, whatever you want to call it. I like to have a bunch of baby wipes off to the side, and I see I still have a little bit of green paint on here from what I was playing with before I went live. So I'll clean that up real quick as I talk, but you need some kind of roller. If you don't have a jelly plate like this, you can get them at your favorite scrapbook stores if they have that. Art supply kind of stores have them. Of course online, and also I see that there are some videos out there where people can make their own from gelatin and a couple of other things. So I don't know that I would do that, but it's definitely doable, and people say it's wonderful and turns out great. Okay, that's all cleaned up. And then, of course, you need some kind of roller like this. This is a Speedball one. I'm going to kind of switch back and forth and use this smaller one and just playing around. And then I have a stack of scrap paper just for like cleaning off the brayer in between. And it's kind of fun because sometimes you get some really cool textures and patterns just on this alone. So I wouldn't necessarily throw this away unless it just got really ugly. I would keep this, and you could always do die cuts through this, collage stuff. You could stamp on it. You could use it for backgrounds. So yeah, Femke, you should get a jelly plate. It's so much fun. I mean, it's addictive fun. Super fun. Okay, so, and I promise, I have a stack of samples over here to show you when we get all done, like cards I've made with all the different backgrounds. I'm going to show you all kinds of examples of successes and fails because, you know, they're not all going to turn out beautiful. I'm going to tell you right now. It's an experimental process, and you just have to be okay if you try something and it just doesn't work, or you make mud or whatever. So we are not going to take it too seriously. We're just going to have fun. Okay, so let's go to something really basic. So here would be an example of a stencil, and I've been using this on both sides. It's great, you know. The thing to remember with layering up on the jelly plate and doing prints where you want a lot of layers is to, for me, is to go light to dark. Yeah, there's different sizes of these too. There's round ones, there's big. I have a 9x12 one. I have like a 4x6 one. Some of you that follow me on Instagram and stuff and watch my reels, you see I'm doing like a speeded up version, and I use that little guide. That's from Jelly Arts, the company, and the little guide helps you completely put your page in the same place every time you do a layer. So that's kind of fun. Mud, yes, that sounds like me. Who said that? Carolyn, no, who was that? I wish I was left-handed because my mouse is over here on the left side. Honora, welcome. I'm glad you're late, honestly, because I tried 3 times to get going. So don't worry about that. Femke makes mud. Yes, we all do. It happens. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is I've used like, what's my die called? The circles, banners, and ribbons, right? And I cut out a whole bunch of circles out of this piece. And then, of course, you keep all the pieces, okay? And we're going to start light to dark, and I'm just using acrylic paint from the craft store. This is, I've moved it into these bottles that I got because I felt like it was a little easier to manage than the big tubes that you have to squeeze. There's a little something there. So I'm going to start with this little bit of this bright green, and I kind of keep a baby wipe off to the side so I can clean the nozzles because they are very small. In the original plastic clamshell package, it comes in usually. How do you store the jelly plate was the question. Oh, okay, that's a good question, and you got the answer, but that is exactly right. It comes, and that's how you really should store it, in a plastic clamshell. Looks like this right here. And that kind of keeps it, you know, from drying out, keeps it protected from getting gouged up. Because you definitely don't want to gouge it, because as you can imagine, if you gouged it, that's what's going to print on everything you lay on here. So you see I'm mixing a light green, sort of an off-white, and a kind of buttery yellow. Okay, and I'm just going to mix these up. Now, if you wanted to mix this and make a new color, you could swirl the brayer on here. But I kind of want to get this kind of random pattern. Almost looks like a camouflage pattern in a way. And so now that I'm done using that right now, I'm going to go over here and rub it off to the side. And I'm going to grab one of my little 5x7s and just pull a print of just that. Okay. Hey, Lizana is here. Hello. Did you move yet, Lizana? Are you moved? Okay, so nice pressure. You can also grab like a scrap sheet of paper, which I recommend to do a little pressing with. And this way, if your paper isn't on there exactly 100% and you don't want to get paint all over yourself, that's a good way to protect your hands. Okay, so we have this nice, cool, not yet, 1st of July, we start. Oh, okay. Well, that'll be here before you know it. Okay, so we have this really cool, bright yellowy green, textury background. That's nice. Okay, so that's the lightest color. Now we want to go a little bit darker. I am going to use still some of that same green, but maybe a little more this time. I do like these little bottles. They're kind of handy. And I think I'll introduce a little bit of this bright aqua green. These are Liquitex paints, just acrylic paints. Okay, let's see. Do I want to stop with that? Do I want to add any other colors right now? I think we'll stop with that and see how that looks. And this time I think we're going to try to blend it a little bit more. So that's where I would kind of do this business. Okay. Not 100% blend. And of course you could blend and make a color off to the side in a container if you needed a specific color. Like I don't have any orange over here. So I have to mix yellow and red. And I just do it on the plate. You could do it on another plate off to the side. You could definitely do it, you know, in a cup or something and stir it up and make the color you want. Okay, so I'm taking die cut circles from my circles, banners, and ribbons, and I'm just going to start plunking them down randomly here and there. No rhyme, no reason. Oh, good. Thanks, Honora. I'm glad. Yeah, we had a rough start, so I'm glad we're doing okay now. You can see paint is on both sides of my circles because I've been playing around quite a lot. And if you get a little something like that on your plate, just very carefully try to pluck that off. Little piece of extra. Okay. You guys will have to remind me. I was watching Elle Monday doing the live, and she said who was going to do the live on Friday, and I think it's Heather. But do you guys remember? Okay, lots of circles. Okay, cool. So just make sure they're all down and touching the plate. And this guy's pretty dry. He really should be dry before you do this next step. And I'm just going to lay this right on top. And those circles that I laid down are now like a mask. So they're going to block away any paint from being where the circles are laid. So in between the circles is where we're going to get some paint, some printing. Hey, Tiff, just peeking in for a sec. Yes, she's probably on a lunch break. What time is it? Well, it's a little late for lunch, but just popping in to say hey. That's good. Yeah, you'll have to watch back, Tiff, because I think this is one you'll like. Tiffany likes lots of color and paint. Okay, looking at it real quick. And every time you do these, it comes out differently. It's so fun. Okay, so that's that, right? Some people may stop, but I want to show you how you can keep going and really have a lot of fun with it. Okay, so when you peel this part up, this paint now has become quite dry. And when I first started gel printing, I just would clean it off because like, well, I can't get a print from that because it's so dry. But then I did learn quickly from commenters and other YouTubers that no, don't throw that away. Don't wipe it away. You can definitely get a print from that. You just have to let that dry 100%. and then put another layer of paint on it that helps it pull away. Okay, so rather than going right back to this paper, which we could do, I don't want to though, I'm going to grab a new one. And this is what you find out a lot of times when you're doing gel printing is usually you'll make like one print from the start and then you'll make what they call a ghost print. And that's what this is. This is the ghost image of what we had laid down there with the circles. Yes, we could put a color on here and lay it back on here again, but you know, I'm just wanting to do something a little different with this in a minute. So I'm just making sure this is good and dry. And this is why sometimes I've been timid about doing gel printing on Facebook Lives, because you do have to wait for things to dry. And it can be very messy, as you can imagine. Okay, so now we have this cool circle background. Now we want to do something fun for a new print. So I'm going to go back to that teal color. And probably stick with maybe all teal. It depends. If we wanted another layer, we could stop with teal and then do a darker color in a minute. Let's just see. This is what it's all about. You don't know. You just try and see. Okay. I could lay this paper in here right now and pull a print, but just for fun, let's grab some bubble wrap. And again, that's what is really fun about gel printing, is all the fun things you start to notice around your house that you have, that you could make texture on a gel print or some kind of design or pattern. So now let's pull a print. And we could do that on here. We could have, but we'll do something different on there. Yeah, a little portable fan is handy for paint to dry too. Yeah, and honestly, I should have my overhead fan on. I'm just always so worried that you guys can hear that, so I don't do it. Sometimes I have one on the floor down here blowing up my skirt. But I didn't do that today either. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Super fun. Really fun. I would not stop there. I would keep going. If you want to put text, you put it on mirrored. Yes, Sylvia, you do. And we're going to do that. We're going to do that with some numbers in a bit. Okay, so that's that. I would not be done. I would do another layer, but so let's put that one aside, come back to it, and let's go back to this guy. So now we need another darker color. And I think we will really get bold here, and we'll go with this. Oh, if y'all can say that word, let me know. Cyanine green. That's my guess. Maybe I got close. I don't know. Okay. We're going to do a lot of this. I think that'll be fun. And maybe just a teeny bit of primary blue. I'm looking. No, you can't say it either. Pea green. Thank you. That's the solution. Let's just call it pea green. That's good. Okay, so let's kind of, you know what? Let's take this little guy just to kind of show you that you can twist it and turn it different ways and get kind of a cool look. So I'm just kind of pushing a little, but I'm making like these little rectangles by stopping short with the roller. And that looks kind of cool. Okay, roll it off over here. Let's do the bubble wrap again. Let's get some of that paint off of there. It's pretty thick. I have so many other things over here I want to show you guys. Household things that are so fun. Okay, bubble wrap. And I just used that same piece of bubble wrap, so maybe a little paint came off of it onto the plate. Who knows? We'll find out. Okay. You know, when we had the retreat in Colorado, Els and I. Everybody got a jelly plate and a roller. They got a kit in their goodie bag. Okay, here we go. You never know what you're gonna get. Well, okay. We lost all the big circles that we initially had, but you know, this is how we learn. But that's a cool background. And you know, quite honestly, I would not throw that away because as you can see, some of these older ones that I did, they were like, okay, well, they weren't the best prints, but they're great for cutting out like letters for the alphabet to, you know, put a title on something. So I would save that. I mean, I don't hate it, but I think I lost the circles that were there. That's all. We went a little bit dark. Now, what you could do is you could come back over this with some darker paint, but you know, I just don't want to, I don't want to mess with it anymore. I think that's going to be fine. Okay, so now we'll do something with this one. And, oh, this looks kind of cool that's on here right now. I don't want to mess with that at all. So, let's see. We'll take a little bit of this blue. And some paints, people are so good about this that do this all the time on YouTube. Some paints have more of a translucency than others. And it will show you right on the tube of paint. There's like a little guide that tells you. And I can tell by looking at this as I'm rolling it out, this is a very translucent color, this blue. So I can see through to what was there. It's very nice. It's very soft. Now let's take, I've got this piece of, I think it's for like rug hooking, perhaps? I don't know. I bought it at the craft reuse store. I use it all the time because what it does by just pressing it into the paint is it makes sort of a burlap texture. Okay, before that gets too dry, we're gonna lay this right on top. Give it another press. Yes, life is like a jelly plate. You never know what you're going to get. That's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah, we have this great craft reuse center where you can donate your stuff. I've talked about it a lot. It's called Recraft in Greenville. And I bring stuff there all the time, but I also bring home quite a few things too. Okay, that is cool. I like that. You could keep going. You could keep going. But let's just say that's a good one. Okay. Because, you know, I'd be tempted to mask off and do even more to it. But we'll get to that. We will do some masking off and I'll show you how to make like a see-through area. In fact, maybe we'll do that next. We'll do sort of like a Valentine's thing because Esther has that new set. Yes, that would be nice for a water card theme, Diane. You're right. For the new theme for the challenge this month, what are you creating, right? That would be a good one. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to it, believe me. And be great for die cuts too. Okay, so that's pretty clean. I'm just using a baby wipe. You can just simply spray it with water and use a paper towel. Sometimes I worry that the paper towel might shred, so I just kind of continue with the baby wipe. Okay. Let's do something fun with hearts. Okay, so Esther's got this new set, right? It's got a bunch of little hearts and it's got a bunch of big hearts. And so let me grab it. It's right down here. It is called 2146 Pocket Page Fillers 2. So I did do one off to the side here. I'm going to kind of reference that. Okay. Okay, first things first. Let's get some pink on here, of course, pink, and some magenta kind of red. But let's stay kind of soft to start with. So we'll just do this and maybe a little bit of that. Oh, let's use some white, transparent mixing white. And we'll keep this sort of textured. We won't smear this all together and mix it. We'll see how this looks for our light base layer. Okay, pretty. And at any time you can add texture. You know, you could lay stuff in here right now before you ever get that print. And should I? No, I think I'll just go straight to a pink print. Yay, pink. I know a lot of people say that they have had a gel plate for a long time and they've never used it, or they used it once and then they put it away and they just don't think about it. Now this is kind of cool because there was just a little bit of blue still on the plate, even after I cleaned it. And that's a-okay with me. I think that's kind of a nice unexpected surprise. So let me move all my circles. We'll lay this down to dry. Okay, and now we're gonna do some hearts. And see all these big hearts here? I'm gonna take, let's see, cadmium red. Is that the one that's more magenta-like? Or is it Naphthol? This looks more orangey. Okay, yeah. So that's more orangey. We want a little more magenta-y kind of pink, reddish pink. So now we'll do this. Lots of that. Maybe, oh, a teeny tiny bit of purple. Just a teeny bit. Because I know how we feel about purple. Terry, you don't clean your plates? Yeah. You get some really cool stuff on the edges, for sure. You don't have to clean the plate. Do you clean it, though, after a session is over? That's my question. Because I feel like you really should do that maybe before you put it away. Or maybe you don't even put it away. Do you clean the jelly plate with water? Yes. You can use soap and water. I run it under the sink. Little mild hand soap. Yep. Okay, this is a nice red, kind of burgundy-ish. Ooh, scary, right? Let's see, do we want to add any texture yet? Not yet. Okay, so let's put down some hearts, big hearts. Kind of scallopy hearts. I have some teeny tiny little hearts over there. We'll see if I need those to fill in. And let's see. We'll keep these going all the same direction. Maybe this one. And we've already done that one, so let's do that one. The big scallopy one, and then one more down here. Okay, so now this is a mask, because we're masking away, right? Just before, like before. And we have our print here. Okay, get my sheet. A gel plate conditioner. Renee, what's that? Is it like an oil? Oh, Tiffany's still here. Hey, Tiff. I love to pull the crusty edges. Yes, I know. That's the best. Those little remnants. And if you use gold ever, like gold paint, somehow that gold on the crusty edges still gets picked up and it looks really cool. Yes, me too. You clean it with the last pull. Okay. All right, so here we go. That masked that off. Cool. And now we can take this away. And look at that. We're going to get some really nice outline hearts now. Just like before. With the circles. Okay. Now, we don't want to use the same one. There's instances where you could do that, but I'm not going to do that here. So let's put that aside for a second. Oops, I got one more. You guys are probably yelling at me. One more, one more. Hey, Susanna. Welcome. I'm looking at the comments real quick. Cool with the hearts. Okay. Yeah. So what shall we do now? Let's go with, because this is going to be a whole new plate. Doesn't matter. We can do what we want, right? Let's go with purple. More purple. I'm not usually a fan of purple, but I think it'll be fun. And if I'm correct, I think this purple is fairly translucent. We shall see. Do we want to add any more color to that? Not pink and purple. I don't know if that would go good. No, let's just stay with that. Yeah, this is nice and translucent. Okay, cool. So rather than putting any texture in that right now, because it's so thin and light, just like the other one, now we've learned let's not do texture because it just takes away too much paint in this case. Yeah, the ghost prints are probably my favorite part of gel printing. And wait till you see us do the flowers. That's what's really cool. Okay, let's see what we have. It's always a little surprise. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Fun. Okay, now let's say we wanted to do something more. We'll come back to this one because it's a little bit damp, but we definitely want to do something more to this one, right? So let's see. Got all kinds of things over here we can do. We've got our little heart stencil. We could lay some hearts on there. That would be cool. Okay, let's do that. So, what color? Shall we go back to pink and red? I think so. Cadmium. Might as well. White? White? You talking to me? Should we do white? Let's do white. Well, we're going to make like a pink, but let's see how it comes out. I think we want to go a little darker, so I'm going to put just a tiny bit of purple. Just a tiny bit. And we know it's translucent, so I don't think we can get too heavy with that. All right, let's roll this out, but keep it kind of textury. Ooh, looks like some kind of candy. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. All right, so now, does it matter which side? I don't think so, but I'm gonna do it face down like I did before. Okay, there's that. And then we'll take this on top of that. Push, push, push down in the cracks. I meant just white alone, no worries. Oh, okay. Yeah, text would be fun on here too. I did have my classic alphabet, but it's a little too skinny and small, and that didn't quite work when I was testing it out. But a big, chunky alphabet that has a lot of, you know, space to it, that would be great. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's take a peek. Okay, that's fun. It's just getting better and better. And then look at, so, I want to use that ghost print, and I want to use it on here. So we got to go a little darker than this. I think it's going to have to be purple again. Maybe purple with a little bit of blue. I don't know. We'll see. I do have to fan this to dry it out. How you guys doing over there? Now white. Now white? Okay, so here's what happens if you go lighter on darker. I'll show you some. Let's see, where's my little pile? I'll let this dry while I find it. So there was a few in here that I did light over dark at the end, and you kind of get this look. Now, if your light color is really translucent, it may be better than this. Apparently my green is not so translucent, so you have to be really careful going with a light color over stuff that's already kind of dark, because it's just gonna kind of fade it away. But you learn all these things as you try. You just gotta, thin amount will show less leftover little, will show those leftover little hearts. Yeah, if I did this onto a clean piece of paper, I might do white. But since I'm gonna do it on here, I don't think I wanna do white. Okay, I think I'm ready. Oh, this is scary. It's a little scary, but it's fun scary. Blue. I mean, this could turn out to be a hot mess. I did warn you in the beginning that not every one of these is gonna come out gorgeous. Fortunately, I have really pretty samples to show you in the end that I did do a couple days, yesterday, day before, that came out really cool. It's a little tricky to do it live and have it always come out perfect, so. Okay, so I can kind of mix that a little bit. And because those hearts, the ghost print of the hearts is dry, even swirling is not going to affect those little hearts. Okay. Wow, this is going to be dark. So if you're scared it's going to be too dark, you can put some texture. Got this big giant sponge. Just going to put some texture. And now we can do our print. Let's see what we get. Teresa, you're trying to do some gel prints too? I hope so. That's good. Yeah, it's so fun. It really is. This is a fun mess. Yes, it is. It's just cardstock, not a kidney. I love that, Diane. That's pretty funny. That's right. Okay, what are we gonna get? Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Now that would be a pretty cool background for maybe a masculine Valentine's card. What do you guys think? That's pretty cool. All right, do we wanna, we gotta do something else to this one. I really feel like we should. Let me take a drink, look at the comments. Looks like velvet, that blue. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Jean, it's fine. You're late, that's fine. We're just kind of getting rolling. We're just playing around. It's all good. Okay, so we got to do something to this, don't you think? We need a little more of something going on here. So I think I want to put those hearts back on there again, those big ones, because I want to have some more fun with that. So let's see what we can do here. We have to go a little bit darker than the pink, but because we already have some dark red, we don't have to be too concerned about it. Let's see. Maybe we'll go back to that pink, but we'll mix some more stuff in there. We could try white, I guess. It's just going to make a lighter pink, I think. Let's do it. Okay. Do have some purple bits over here. That could be fun. Yes, don't forget to like, comment, and share for a chance for the $50 gift certificate on Monday. Oh, I feel like there's some blue in there. This could be bad. Yeah, that's like, oh yeah, that's a lot of blue. I don't think we want to do that. All right, so let's change gears. Let's take some, this is parchment paper. That was probably loud. Okay, and because it's already got a little blue, I think I'm going to add a little more blue, because I think the pink is just, it's gone. So we're going to use a little parchment paper here to do something fun, just for a cool background. And for this, you do need quite a bit of paint. So let's add a little bit of this darker blue. Since we've already got blue going on, might as well. Let's see what happens. My gosh, it's almost 3 o'clock. Well, that's because we had such a stalled start, right? This is a cool color. Okay. We gotta do some flowers soon. Okay, I'm gonna take this balled up parchment. Get those wrinkles in there. Ooh, cool. Okay. Pull a print of that all by itself. You can see it's just stuff you have around the house, right? Okay, see, that's why you do the paper over the top, because I just caught an edge of that paint, but I don't care. Ooh, this is cool. I love that. That is very cool. That would be good for the water theme too. And then look at all this good stuff on here. Ooh, sweet. Okay. Let's see. We gotta try something with that. Maybe we need to do some flowers soon. I want to make another ghost print with flowers. You guys just aren't going to believe these flowers. Let's see. I wish this would dry quick. I think it's going to be usable soon. All right, we're going to leave that sit for a minute. And let's get some white. Just some white. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go over for sure because we started so late and I have so many things to show you that I don't want to miss. Okay, a little bit of that pea green. Okay, I'm having an idea. Since we're talking about water and the water theme, I'm not going to do flowers right now. I'm going to grab a bunch of these border strips. And it doesn't matter what side. I think I'm going to put them this way. I've been using these a lot. They're fun. And I'm not going to worry about, are they straight? Are they lined up with each other? I'm just going to lay them down here real quick. And this is masking them, you know, masking away this area. Oh, did I leave? Belinda said, oops, now you're back. Did I go out for a minute? No problem here. Okay, well. Okay, we're going to put this right back on there. This is dry. Why not? Let's try it. Okay, this time we will use this. Oh, you just ordered the borders, Belinda? Okay, yeah, they're so fun. And you know, Els used them the other day in the live. So cute. Kind of puzzling them together to make a whole background. It's kind of fun. Okay, I've got to do one with flowers and one with the big numbers after this. I promise you're going to love that. Okay, let's see how this looks. Just really make sure we get in there. Okay, I see him. You see him? Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. All right, let's use these on a ghost print also. real quick. Let's see, let's do the pea green again. Something a little dark. And the blue. And the teal cap kind of broke. I don't know what happened. I want to use teal though. I guess I might have to squeeze a little out this way. Oh, that could be dangerous. Let's not do that. All right, I'll figure that out later. Let's mix this up. Let's do it this way. Kind of make a little pattern like before. Okay. You are printing right now, says Belinda. I get very good print finally. Oh, she's asking Teresa if she's doing gel printing right now. Yeah, it takes some time to get the hang of it and to get a good print sometimes. That's why I want to make sure I show you guys some of my samples. Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, that's fun. Very fun. Do you see the waves in there still? I like how the background, like the texture of the roller, puts those rectangles in there. Okay, let's do, I'm going to leave that blue on there. I'm going to listen to Diane and Terry and everybody and just leave that on there. See what we get. Hi, Catherine. Welcome. I just saw you're here. I'm going to go a little bit long because we started a little bit late. Okay, we've got to do one with flowers because it's just amazing. And since we have a little blue on there, let's just start kind of building some greens and yellows and blues. All right, so we'll do a little of that green, a little of this butter yellow. Whoa. And a little of, so what you need with gel printing is mostly luck. Well, people who are really, really good at it kind of know what they're going to get, but even those people, they don't always know. Yeah, that's the beauty of it, is it's just a nice little surprise, I think. Okay, so let's get a nice background here. And this time, rather than pulling a print right from this, let's put the flowers right into here and make a mask right from the get-go, because you always have this option. You don't have to do it the same exact way every time. Okay. Oh, yes. Thank you. I don't know if that's Anya or Danny or Liz. Somebody is putting up what flowers I'm using right now. That's good because I do have them behind me, but it takes a little time to reach back there and identify them, and I got to keep moving since I'm running so long. Okay, there's that. And of course, where the flowers are, we're going to have white here. So that's fun as a starting point as well. Surprises are pretty scary. Well, or sometimes you're just like, oh my gosh, wow. With any luck, half of your prints come out that way, at least, maybe more. Okay, let's see. Our little... That's fun. Okay, then we have all these, and this is why it's great to use the dies or even like plastic flowers, which is what I've done in the past. I just use these cheap flowers from like Walmart and take them apart because our dies have all those little groove lines in the flowers. You get all this great texture. You get all those little lines in the ghost print, and I love that. Okay. Oh, that is so cool looking. Okay, now, yes, you could put it right back in there and hope that you kind of line up, but I'm going to do a separate print. And I think we'll go with more of that. Well, we want to make sure that's good and dry. Let's give it a second. We don't want to mess it up. This one's going to be good. I think. I'm thinking positively. Okay. Awesome. That looks good. All right, now let's get a little of that green on there, and we're going to put a little bit of blue too. I'm going to try to get a little something out of that teal because I think that's going to be really pretty. And that's the bottle that I said the top kind of broke. Now, what if I squeeze that? What's going to happen? Oh, it's going to come out all over the place. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yikes. Okay. Okay, remember this is a ghost print from those flowers. New piece of paper. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Thanks, Cindy. Yeah, you just, it's nerve-wracking. You just don't know what you're going to get. You know, as far as me being the person doing the live, it's like, well, I hope it turns out as good as some of the ones I've done already. We'll see. But I have a feeling that this is going to be kind of pretty. Yeah, I love that. I love that. And I would still do it. I would do more. So let's do something to this one. While we're at it, all right, we've already done wavy borders. We have more flowers. We could do flowers on flowers. Let's see how that looks. And so let's use on here, I just want to go with maybe some green. Oh, we could do leaves. I have leaves. That's a nice green. And then maybe a little tiny bit of the pea green. Okay. That's a nice combination. Okay. Got a bunch of leaves over here. Let's do it quick. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to mask these. I'm going to make these into a ghost print. Just because. So we're going to pull yet another. Let's see how it looks. I got a combination of two different flower dyes leaves here. You guys can figure out which ones they are. Okay, now instead of putting that on there, let's go back to this one. Ooh, let's see what happens. Don't know. Yeah, there's tons and tons of videos on YouTube, some better than others, of people who do gel printing that are really, really good at it. And I love watching them. Okay, so is this going to be good? What do we think? Oh, that's pretty cool. Now, I like that. You guys like that? That's cool. And you get a little bit of the bits that were on the plate. That's a very pretty, fun background. I like it. Okay, happy that worked out. And now we have another ghost print here of some leaves. Nothing goes to waste. Let's use it. Okay, after I do this one, I'm going to do numbers, and then I'm going to show you guys some samples, and then we'll clock out. Okay? Okay, that's pretty dry. I could tell peeling it up. Yeah, isn't that cool, Betty? Nice leaf pattern. This is cool too. I could do more with dark blue. I think that would be pretty. If I continue to play and I do more, I'll post a picture when I'm done. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Blue, little blue. Do you guys feel me worrying? It's good. It's good fun. It's all good. This blue is so nice. Just nice and transparent. Okay, we're going to put this right on there. Oh boy. Ghost dies. Ghost prints. All right, let's see what we got. I love it. Ooh. Very cool. I like how there's a little white here. It didn't get the leaf all the way. That's kind of interesting. Okay. I still have that one. Maybe we'll do some numbers on that one. Okay, so I have a numbers. Where did she go? I made a little numbers template here. Oh, here we go. Okay, we got that guy. And of course, when you use numbers, you want to flip it, just like if you did letters. So let's go really dark now. Let's go with this same primary blue. And maybe even more of that pea green. Ooh, that's dark. It's gonna be good. Okay, we're gonna lay this on here. Before we do the print, now we're gonna take that meshy stuff, that rug hooking stuff, and press it into all those numbers just to give it some texture. Hopefully we didn't take off too much paint. And while it's still on there, we'll pull that print. Groceries. Belinda, you need to play. You need to play. Groceries can wait. Who needs to eat when there's crafts to be making? Okay, let's see how this looks. Ooh, cool. Okay, well, I'm happy I did that on that background because I didn't want to be disappointed about that background that I made. That's cool. So we have to use that. Okay, remember this? I know we've done a lot to it. Oh, but I want to do more. So let's just do it. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not that one. I got an idea. Let's do a new color. Because I did this before. I'll show you when I show you the samples. I used a combination of like kind of a brown and red, made like a rusty color with the blue. It was pretty cool. Let's see if we can get that to happen again. Okay, so I'm going to use burnt sienna. I think it's going to be cool. I can tell this is a little translucent, so that's nice. I'm even going to use a little burnt umber, which is dark. A little dark. And maybe just a teeny tiny bit of red. I think. Is this the one that's magenta-ish? Yeah, I don't want that one. This one is a little more orangey. These are getting better and better. I'm loving this. Okay, good. Ooh, I'm so glad to hear that because you never know. Okay, I don't think I want more red than that. Okay. Let's get that mixed up, see what happens here. Oh, that's going to be fun. Yeah, that's going to be cool. I think Okay. See, you don't have to have stencils and all these fancy tools. We have all these dies. We can make all kinds of things on the jelly plate just with dies. And I'll show you when I show you the samples how I actually did some stamping after I did some jelly printing, like the centers of the flowers and stuff. If you're still hanging around, okay, let's see how this looks. This is my favorite. Absolutely. They are getting better and better. Look at that one. How do we like that? That's pretty cool. That little bit of pink. That is pretty cool. I can still see the texture of the burlap and the numbers. I like that. That's my favorite. Okay, all right. So we've had a lot of fun. I thank you for your patience, and I want to show you some samples to close it out here, okay? Put that aside. Show you a bunch of stuff I got over here. Oh, so I had already tested this out, so I knew that was going to work. I kind of cheated. Let's see, I've got a whole bunch of others over here too. Okay, so yes, that's with gears. Those are David's gears. I got a whole bunch of those over here to still play with. And I'll show you the card that I made where I added the gears back on even after using them to do a die cut. So here's our little Valentine card. Just added a few extras from Esther's release. But see, I die cut those out of the leftover of this. So they're not just a solid pink or a solid red or, you know, plain white. So they take on the same kind of feel. And then I cut out Love You with my, you know, my phrases, dies, everyday words. And there's another one of those hearts from Esther. So there's that one. This one I thought was a hot mess, but then it got me thinking, you know, right away when I did it, I said, oh, okay, mustard and ketchup, nice, and pickles. Got the red and the yellow and the green. But I liked it, and I thought of the strawberries, and then I had this bee already finished, so I'm going to pop that bee on there for this card. And I think that's pretty fun. And the bee matches, of course. Here was another one where I popped my butterfly on there, but I used some of the scraps from, I used some of the scraps from some of the jelly prints, just the edge, you know, maybe, or something that I didn't care for how it turned out. So I used them on the borders there, but there's some more flowers. And then just, you know, you don't have to do too much more to a card once you do a jelly plate kind of background like that. And then here is one very similar to the one we just did. It didn't have any red in this one. And there you can see I used the actual gears that I had dipped into the plate. I kind of popped them back into the card. So that one's kind of fun. And then I've got a ton of these over here that I have made doing different, you know, Instagram reels where I've used some gold cardstock and there's gold paint mixed into some of these. Super fun. Use some of Angelica's leaf dies here to fill in. So one of these I have a video on. Is it this one or this one? I don't remember, but check my channel. These I did recently, and these were using those plastic flowers from Walmart. And of course my dies to dress them up. These are more of like 5x7 cards. They're very big. There's a nice big mask of a hand-cut, simple, kind of groovy flower to show through the rest of the print. Kind of fun. There's some more with the just artificial flowers from Walmart. Okay, and then to close out, I'll just show you real quick some prints that I made before we went live. All the attempts to go live. So this one may or may not be done. I don't know, but this is with the florals. And I do have one here where I stamped the florals. I'll have to show you. So there's leaves on leaves on leaves with that textured background. And that was a scrap that I used to cut out the word dad that I'm going to pop onto a card later. That was a different Valentine-y one I did. This was one I went lighter over the top and I wasn't sure if I liked it, but I might still use it. I can go darker on this and this one, but they're cool. this one, circles on circles on circles, flowers on flowers, different colors. This was one of my favorites. Those bright yellow flowers, I don't know, I can't even tell you the order I did this in, but I was just so happy with how it turned out. And you can see the wavy border. What paper are you using to put those lovely patterns on? Penny asks. I'm just using 65-pound white cardstock from Hobby Lobby. Just simple white cardstock. But you can see I used Angelica's the Flower Centers die stamp set to fill those in, and I did it again somewhere else. Oh, here. You can kind of see them here. They're a little more faded. So those are fun, and you can see the bubble wrap in there happening in the blue. There's all kinds of different things happening on that one. Really fun. This one I felt was somewhat of a fail, but I'm not going to get rid of it. That's why I used it for the border. This one was fun, just doing different flowers, different layers. This one was probably what I would think is a fail, but I'm not getting rid of it because this would be great to cut out an alphabet. Let's say if you wanted to put a sentiment on this card, I would cut the letters out of this. And then this was also what I thought was a fail, but kind of cool still to show you. Another fail, I feel like, but not bad. Yeah, not great. That's the one I showed you before. If you go too light over a darker color. The pink and purple one is not a fail. This one or this one? On the right or the left? They're both kind of pink and purple. You'll have to let me know. Yeah, I mean, you know, they're not total fails. The total fails are in the garbage. But I'm hanging on to these because they're kind of fun. All right, I'm not going to turn the camera around. I'm just going to say goodbye and thank you guys. And if you were here at the beginning when we had so much trouble getting started, I apologize. But I hope you had a good time watching me play around on the gel plate. And I hope you give that a try. So thanks again, everybody. See you next time.